The day I changed skins for the first time, my father taught me a valuable lesson. He said, "There will be times you will be forced to wait, even though you wish to fight. And there will be times when you will be forced to fight, even if you wish to wait." As my bones deformed and shifted within me, and my screams were drowned by howling and growling, I understood what he meant. Once I stopped fighting the transformation from man to beast, the pain left. The transition between skins became smooth, and I learned to control it. Control has been my guide, my weapon, and my strength ever since. I lead my clan with such convictions, and I shall lead them to victory against those who want to oppress us. We shall vanquish the wrongdoings of those who envy magic and seek to suppress it. Us, creatures of mixed blood. Us, who possess abilities beyond what the single-blooded understand not. We will no longer need to hide and scheme. We will once again live in glory as in past days has been, and we will roam the land in our free will.
Is there anything bigger?
The voice of a well-known enemy brought me back from my daydreaming. I pressed my nose against the metal bars of my cage. No, not my cage. The cage. The cage where I had been confined against my will.
Yes, sir. The Duchess ordered 2 of these pups for her grandchildren, sir. I can tell you, sir, that they are the very best as a child's companion, sir.
The disgusting odor of Mr. Gregor reached my nose before my eyes warned me. He was nervous. You need not smell him to tell. The man was fidgeting with his hat and his words.
She is not a child anymore. I want something that will impress her, something worthy of her beauty and grace.
Mr. Rochester. I'd recognize that smell anywhere. The scent of a royal man who cared more about his appearance than his country. Good thing for him, he was never intended to be king. The throne had plenty of heirs before him.
What about a hunter, sir?
Mr. Gregor said.
They are not too small, sir, and are calm of nature, sir.
He pointed at a brown, long-eared dog. Mr. Rochester ignored him. He suddenly came to a halt, his golden walking stick in front of him. The man was just as my memory preserved him. Tall, thin, dressed extravagantly. Only his suit had changed, and he had grown white hair. He wore an ornamented suit in dark green and matching hat. I saw a smile beneath his well-trimmed facial hair. He adjusted his golden monocle and looked down.
What about this one?
He signaled with his cane. Oh, I wanted to shred it to pieces.
That one, sir?
Mr. Gregor raised his eyebrows.
Its size is impressive. How old is she?
A she? I wanted to bite him, push him to the floor and piss on him so he could get a fine look at the fact that I am not a she.
Can't tell for sure, sir, but it's young, sir, and them beasts live a long life, sir.
He said, leaning against my cage. I growled. He stepped aside.
I'm afraid it will cost you, sir. This is a special case, sir, Mr. Rochester, sir.
The bearded man raised an eyebrow.
How so?
Well, sir.
The man scratched his head.
He was not bred here, sir. He was found in the woods, sir, injured.
Is he not a pure blood?
He turned his head to the side as if to inspect me from a different angle.
Oh, he is, sir. Trust me, sir. I know a royal wolf when I see one, sir. He must have been cast out of his pack.
Now, there were two things wrong in that affirmation. First, I am royal, and I am half wolf, but I am not a royal wolf. Second, my pack did not cast me away. I was captured. By dog breeders nonetheless. Out of all my enemies, why have I been captured by someone who didn't even know my kin?
A royal wolf.
Mr. Rochester repeated to himself. He turned to face the salesman. The deal was made. As soon as my paws touched the ground, they were ready to carry me away. I leapt forward, and I felt the agonizing pain around my neck. A restrainer. When had they put that on me? Not only was I a prisoner, but now I was also a slave.
Don't worry, sir. He has a restrainer on him.
A magical item?
Asked Mr. Rochester.
Takes magic to control those who are strong, sir.
Then he added,
I know the new policy regarding magic, sir, but this one was approved, sir. That's what it said in the pamphlet, sir.
If it's approved, well, there won't be a problem.
Here's instructions of how to control it, sir.
And he gave the man a pamphlet. With that, they put me inside a barred carriage. I knew I had to wait, even though I wanted to fight. Laying my head on the floor of the cage, I watched the road I was leaving behind. My destiny was supposed to be leadership and greatness, and now I was on my way to be someone's pet. Much humiliation later, we arrived at what was supposed to be my forever home. I hated Mr. Rochester for brushing my fur, for ordering me a bath, for giving me scraps of what he ate. I was almost glad to be given to someone else. Given? When did I start speaking about myself as if I were property?
Lost details,
Mr. Rochester said as he brushed the hair at the top of my head. He grabbed a giant pink bow and put it on the back of my neck. Then he covered the cage with a golden cloth. I wanted to reap every single piece of the bow and the man. I felt the cage move, and then I heard a young woman's voice.
Grandfather! My dearest.
He made a pause. I can only assume he was hugging her.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
She giggled, and I felt a knot on my throat. Her scent was that of roses, cream colors, and cakes. A spoiled child of about 17 years of age.
I have a present for you, my dear,
Mr. Rochester said.
You shouldn't have bothered, Grandpa. Your presence is much more appreciated. Nonsense. Come now.
He took away the sheet on top of my cage, and I wish he didn't. I could see her now. She was wearing a giant elaborate orange dress and an elaborate hairstyle adorned with orange roses.
Only a royal wolf would be worthy of being your companion,
said the man proudly. The corner of her mouth tensed, and for a second I saw her eyebrows narrow in disappointment.
Do you not like it?
He said, unsure.
Oh, I love it!
Her face changed quickly to a bright smile. She hugged and kissed him.
Thank you. I shall take good care of him.
I felt the urge to vomit the knot on my throat.
I know you will,
he said.
Now, I'd like you to get acquainted with him before the big celebration tonight. Here are the instructions on how his color works. I'll instruct your maids to make space for him in your room.
I shall, grandfather, and no need, I shall do it myself.
She guided me to her room. As soon as we were inside the chamber, she ripped the pink bow.
I'm sorry,
she murmured, though it was unclear if it was to me or the bow. Her room was not what I expected. The walls were marble and covered in bookshelves. It was too simple for a girl like this. Where were the chandeliers, the carpets and puffy cushions? Where were all the toys of this spoiled princess? Where was a table with the silver trays and cakes? There was a couch and a table, but they were quite simple. Maid came to serve tea and biscuits in a silver tray, but there were no cakes.
If you wish to leave,
she said,
the best choice is to wait until the weather is better. You won't make it through the river during winter.
Was she talking to me?
I know who you are.
Then she corrected.
I know what you are.
She sat on the floor next to me and untied the restrainer. Was she crazy? I could have killed her. I could have ripped her into little pieces. I looked at her with distrust. She leaned closer.
I know you probably hate me, but I am not your enemy. I know I am a princess, but I do not approve of the way my father runs his kingdom.
She made her way to the couch and patted the place next to her.
Why don't we get acquainted? My name is Alessandra Rochester. What is your name?
And for the first time in months, I changed my skin to look like one of her own. With my human voice, I said, My name is Fergal Rourke, son of Darach the Wise, leader of the Rourke clan of the Wolf Blood kin. Her lips parted into a mischievous smile. I couldn't help but smile too. Perhaps meeting her was my destiny after all. I had done my waiting, and with her, I knew it would be soon time to fight.